いたくはなかったが仕方ねえ。見えるか、全てを焼き尽くすこの光が。
Alright boys, should you summon on the new Spirit Society banner? Honestly, I don't think this banner is bad. I see a lot of people talking crap about it. Sure, Ichigo's kit could have been a lot better. But we're going to discuss this whole thing. So let's just get right into it. First and foremost, let's discuss all the characters that are in this banner. First, Grimmjow, honestly, he's a Link at best. He hasn't been resurrected yet, but eventually he will be resurrected. I do think that this character, if he gets strong attack recharge, he'll be fine. But at the end of the day, he's a no affiliation killer. And as it stands right now, the only time you're really going to use this character is probably in Senkaimon Quest. Spirit Society Kaien, great nuker. His second strong attack is going to be one of the nuking abilities where you actually get multiple hits, but you have to be right deep into that boss's cheeks. He does have Berserker 20%, Havoc 20%, so in my opinion, I think that this character still holds up. He has a charged third strong attack, but it is not an AoE distance, so I think that that kind of holds him back quite a bit. Fully charged, it is a 1080 AoE. So overall, I mean, I don't think he's a bad character. I think that I feel like if he came out nowadays, he'd be so OP, but he has a lunge for strong attack, the charge third, and the shockwave style second. The second strong attack has 48 hits on it if you actually can manage to get right up on the enemy. I think that you get a maximum of 36 hits if you get right up on the enemy. You don't necessarily get all of them because like some of the attacks do happen behind you. But overall, still a great character. Frenzy, Devastation 40%, Debilitator +5, Paralysis on everything. And he is an Arankar killer. But yeah. Next, we do have Uryu. I think that this character is actually pretty good. Just came out in January. Guard Break, hit an enemy, chance 100%. Frenzy, he does have Berserker of 40%. SAR 14 as a link. He does have a Arankar killer, which is kind of rare for speed range SP units in particular. His third strong attack is standard full screen. Second strong attack 800 AoE distance, so circular AoE. He doesn't have Havoc, but I do think that the fact that he got a 40% magnification for a strong attack, the 800 AoE distance second, and the full screen third, I think he's pretty good. For his innate skills, he did not get any. Okay, so I was wondering if he had any resistances. Noitora, I actually love this character a lot. I don't think that he's crazy OP. I just like his design. Strong attack recharge character, no affiliation killer. He does have a disabler against mind attribute no affiliation enemies, which is awesome for content like Inheritance Trial. Damage to lacerated enemies plus 40%. At T15 you can get that up to 80. Berserker plus 20%. Debilitator plus 2 seconds. Lacerate on all of his attacks. Devastation 40%. Sprinter +1 obviously has Frenzy. Going into his innate skills, he does have Freeze immunity as well as Read no affiliation dodges, which is actually pretty good. First strong attack 2500 length beam. Second strong attack is going to be the same as Bankai Shuhei's, where it's going to be the 625 AoE, 625 explosion. So it's going to be a vacuum explosion. It's not a bad strong attack. I wish he had Havoc. He'd be so much better. And then he has a standard full screen third strong attack. The 2500 length beam with the standard full screen is really good, and then the second strong attack the same as Bankai Shuhei. Overall, I don't think that this is a bad character. I think I actually quite enjoy him, and then he also has some uses in Senkaimon and in Guild Quest. He's actually really good. But yeah, there's that. Next, we do have Spirit Society Shinji. He has the same exact kit as the new Ichigo, which is kind of funny to note. Berserker 20%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy, Guard Break. Honestly, his first strong attack really holds him back a lot. I think that the thing that holds up for the Ichigo is that Ichigo got a lot more value to him. Shinji also has damage to paralyzed enemies plus 20% and debilitator plus 5 seconds, devastation 40%, and then he also has the SAR 14 link with Soul Reaper Killer. Like, an issue that he really gets though is that now we got Art Book Ichigo and Kusaka, so for Tech Soul Reaper Killer, I don't want to say it's flooded, but I feel like this character I feel like he got the short end of the stick. He did get Immobilizer, which is a pulse of 12% chance per enemy throughout the entire map every 5 seconds to be paralyzed, which is pretty good. Read Soul Reaper dodges, which was once really good in Transcendent Zone, but it's actually pretty good in other content in the game now that Caleb's trying to make that more meta. And he also has Sprinter as an innate skill, not necessarily an actual regular skill, which is pretty cool. Going into his kit, he does have the 18% magnification first due to strong attack. He has the Bankai Ikone second strong attack, so it's going to be the vacuum into the pushback AoE, and then third strong attack is going to be just a standard full screen third strong attack. Overall, he's not a bad character, he's underwhelming because his kit is just pretty mid. Going into white Ichigo, NAD character, bruiser 50%, damage to weaken enemies plus 20%, debilitator plus 5 seconds, weakening on everything, debuff ability on his ultimate. No affiliation killer, kind of holds him back a little bit, but for no affiliation guild quest week, he's really good. As a NAD character, he's a very fast auto NAD character if you don't have a character like Camp for Your Own World NAD Grimmjow. Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Flurry, Guard Break, Poise, Sprinter plus 1, and Strong Attack Recharge. He has a Walking Vortex for a second Strong Attack, the 1000 by 1000 Shotgun Blast. First Strong Attack, really good for guild quest and really good for autoing as well because it doesn't push back the enemies too far, and he also doesn't do the Strong Attack from across the map, which is good for a melee NAD character with Guard Break, and then his standard full screen third Strong Attack. With weakening on everything, this character, honestly, this character does everything that you need him to. He also has a Berserker of 40% to go along with that Strong Attack Recharge, so that way your second Strong Attack actually does some pretty good chip damage. Last but not least, the last Spirit Society character that was released this year that's not part of the current banner, Spirit Society Lisa. This character was busted when we were originally were reviewing her, but as time passed, honestly, that second Strong Attack I feel holds her back quite a lot. She has a 3000 length beam for Strong Attack, freeze on her first, normal attack damage string, and her special. Weakening on her second and her third, which why she didn't get burned, I don't know. Her second Strong Attack is going to be a Crawling Vortex, and her third is a standard full screen third. And now she is the Mind Link Slot Potions plus 5 character, along with Spirits Are Forever With You Shunsui and Fierce Battle Kisuke. Team Party Heart Attribute Soul Reaper damage to status ailment affected enemies plus 20%. This does affect any damage from a Soul Reaper to an enemy that is inflicted with a status ailment, whether it be normal attack damage, your special move, or your strong attacks, which is actually really clutch for content like epic raids, guild quests, etc. Berserker plus 20%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Devastation 40%, Sprinter plus 1, and she is also immune to freeze, which is good for guild quests if I remember correctly, because she does have Hollow Killer. Going into her kit, like I said, a 3000 length beam, standard full screen third, and then her second is a Crawling Vortex. I don't necessarily like Crawling Vortexes, but it is what it is. Now, going into Ichigo. This Ichigo has a lot going for him, despite his kit being relatively doo-doo, just like Spirit Society Shinji in terms of the strong attack kit. Let's just get right into it, what makes this character special though. Now, first and foremost, all of his attacks cause burn and weaken, which is actually pretty good. Now, he has Debilitator 5 seconds, which is actually really good considering that the burn ticks are going to last a lot longer. Now, while he doesn't have a Berserker, he does have Frenzy plus 2, which is kind of like a built-in 50% Berserker. However, with more hits comes more chances to actually cause status ailments. He has Havoc 20%, Devastation 40%, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Speed Attribute, Soul Reaper damage to status ailment affected enemies. This includes your normal attack damage string, this includes your strong attacks and your special moves. He does have Sharpshooter as well, which was once exclusively to Byakuya, now is for Byakuya, Aizen, and this new Ichigo. And he also has Sprinter plus 1. He also has increased status ailment chance against power attribute hollows plus 10%, which is really good for content like IT. On top of that, he also sports for his innate skills, stamina recovery to the entire party by 20%, dodge hollow damage plus 50%, and freeze immunity, which is really good for hollow killers. For range hollow killers in particular, because 1, hollows do cause a lot of freeze, and 2, hollow guild quest for range hollow guild quest for hard mode does have freeze puddles. One thing to note though is that his first strong attack 18% mag, second strong attack is going to be the vacuum into shave pushback, and then standard full screen third strong attack. The second strong attack for a character that does have a massive disabler means that he's going to be dealing a lot of damage with this second strong attack, and a very high likelihood, even if he doesn't have the disabler active, he will probably proc the burn/weaken. Burn/weaken gets applied at the same time, and you deal 50% more damage to those enemies, plus an extra 20% thanks to the status ailment affected enemies. I've been discussing this character with my friends and whether or not we like him more than Byakuya, whether we like him as much as Jushiro, and the consensus comes down to we really need to test this character out and see how he'll perform in terms of his AI, how he'll use his strong attacks, and whether or not he'll be able to dodge consistently in content like IT, where he might actually be relatively consistent. Right now, for Jushiros, even 1 of 5 is enough to solo auto, I mean not solo, but to auto IT in co-op, which is really important because that's kind of like what you're going to want to farm. And since Jushiro has Hollow Killer and he's a range unit, Byakuya also has Sharpshooter and he is a range Hollow Killer and more readily available. Like there's a lot of people with max transcendent Byakuyas or 205 Byakuyas at this point, unless you're like relatively new to the game. If you're new to the game, this character is incredibly valuable. Right now, I do want to test out 4 Ichigos and see if 4 Ichigos can auto IT. We're thinking maybe run him with a NAD build, so that way you get the extra chance to proc your burn / weaken, because he does have killer. And with his NAD string, you getting the bruiser plus 20%, and you're also getting the speed attribute Soul Reaper damage plus 20% as well. And then you also get all the extra stamina and defense. At 1 of 5, I don't know how he's going to perform. At 5/5, I think he's going to be excellent. But like 5/5 Spirit Society unit, seasonal unit, as soon as they come out, very hard to get a hold of unless you already have like dupe sources ready. But I mean, we'll see. I think that he's going to be an excellent character. Frenzy plus 2. Honestly is super strong, and honestly his design is sick, his animations look sick. My issue only is really like that first strong attack really hurts him. Honestly, if they buffed any of his strong attacks, like his first or his third, if he got the 1170 third, I think he'd be really good. If he got a 3000 length beam or the 40% magnification first strong attack, I think he'd be really good. That first strong attack is just so bad. I'm interested to see exactly how this character plays out. Like Frenzy plus 2 can be a game changer, right? Like that's a lot of damage that you're getting. You're getting the disabler, you're getting the, if the enemy is inflicted by status elements, you're getting an extra 20% damage off rip. So I mean, we'll see. Like at the end of the day, we can only wait and hope for the best. But yeah, he does have the same kit pretty much as Spirit Society Shinji, and yeah, that's pretty much that Ichigo. Now, going into this Chad, normal attack damage plus 25% as a link, bruiser plus 75% when you include the link, enhancer as a team booster with healing mechanic, flurry, healer plus 30%, medic as an innate skill, melee damage plus 10%, plus 30% in guild quest. He does have poise, sprinter plus 1, and berserker plus 40% with a Soul Reaper killer. Now, I think that Soul Reaper killers for heart units is kind of just like, I feel like it's just oversaturated, to be honest. I feel like it's just kind of nutty at this point. And he also has the revive mechanic on his special. Honestly, at 5/5, with this character as the main runner, I think that in Guild Quest, he's going to perform excellent. As a side unit, you're going to have to take into account the fact that he's not going to use this second ability to boost unless he's low on HP, which is like probably around the 4th boss. And if you're trying to do hard guild quests relatively quickly, this character is honestly, I don't know how he's gonna perform. He's just mainly gonna do his NAD, which is kind of good, because like he'll do his first strong attack, his third, and then he's just gonna punch. So I think that you're still gonna want a booster that's not this Chad in the party. For his innate skills, he does have weaken immunity, and he does have Reach Soul Reaper dodges, which could be pretty good. We'll see exactly how this pans out. He does the 2500 length beam for strong attack, standard full screen third, and he has a walking vortex for his second strong attack with buff to the party and a heal to the party as well. Honestly, I think that this character is actually really good, and it's about time that we've gotten a Chad that honestly is just pretty nasty. My only issue, honestly, really with this character isn't even the heal boost, because like I said, he's not going to use his boost in Guild Quest right away, and the AI is not going to use it properly in co-op content, but he doesn't have guard break, and I think that that really hurts him in the long run, because there are a lot of guard Soul Reapers when they put them in hard content. Now, going into another banner, we do have the Ginjo banner, Grimmjow with Desert Society Ichigo, coming out on the 3rd of October. So if you're interested in summoning for these characters, honestly, I feel like this entire banner is an easy skip. The Ichigo is literally just a team healer, but honestly, he's completely unnecessary. He doesn't have guard break. Easy toss aside. Grimmjow is really good, but he is a premium pool unit. 2500 length beam for a strong attack, really good lunge for a second strong attack, third strong attack standard full screen, no havoc, damage inflicted at full stamina plus 25%. At T15 you can get that up to 50. Technique attribute or Rankar strong attack damage plus 20% with Berserker 40%, Frenzy, Sprinter plus 1, and strong attack recharge built into the character. This Grimmjow is really good. He's not worth chasing because he is a premium pool unit, but like I feel like this character gets put out enough that you're gonna eventually get him, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. Ginjo, honestly, I think that this character is an easy skip. He's a droplet unit with Quincy Killer. As of right now, he's a premium pool unit. Don't worry about him. I think that he's an easy skip. Going into the next banner, individual for Chad starts on October 12th, and he also has Spirit Society Byakuya, Ruruka, and Gin. Going into Gin, team healer, nothing too special, 18% magnification for strong attack. Honestly, design, sexy. Art, sexy. Animations, sexy. Playstyle, doo-doo. Like, he's trash. Going into Byakuya, very, very excellent character to this day. He came out in 2019 for around Halloween time. Strong attack, recharge minus 12%, range, soul reaper killer, berserker plus 20%, havoc 20%, frenzy, debilitator plus 5 seconds, freeze on everything, 3000 length beam, 960 seconds, 960 AoE distance, circular second strong attack, and third strong attack standard full screen. Honestly, you can't really go wrong with this character. He's really, really good. He also has poison immunity, so he's technically the ideal candidate for content like the stamina scrolls for the large scroll hard quest, for the daily quest that you can do. Like, he's kind of like the ideal candidate for that. Going into Ruruka, Link Slot Potion character, good flurry character, walking vortex on her second, flurry, poise, bruiser plus 20%, damage reduction as a Link, hollow killer, and weakening on all of her attacks, and including her special, which makes it nice to use her special. If you're running auto, you can just pop the special off when you see a boss, or if you look down you see a boss, just pop the special, call it good, and then you end the run significantly quicker. Individual banner for Ichigo is actually looking kind of clean. You have Machine Society Retsu, as well as Rangaku, and then Rukia. Now, I already went over the Ichigo. I think that he's good. I don't think he's OP. I think he's a great character, even though he got a doo-doo kit. My main issue with him is honestly that if they gave him a 3000 length beam, I think that he would be worth summoning for. Honestly, if you have Jushiro, skip. If you have a Max Transcendent 5th Anniversary Byakuya, skip. If you have a 1 of 5 Byakuya, you might want to still go for this character. 2 of 5 Byakuya, you don't need this character at all. His main issue for me personally is that he's a speed hollow killer, whereas you could have made him literally any other attribute, and I think he would have just been, I would think he would have been completely fine anywhere else, except for maybe power, because then you have like 5th Anniversary Ichigo. But at the end of the day, this character is a range character, so if you're doing content like hard guild quests, like, you might want to do that. But like, the fact that he got hollow killer, he's a speed unit, he's a range unit, he's actively competing with Spirits Are Forever With You, Jushiro, and Byakuya, so there's literally the strongest units in the game in terms of like autoing hardest content in the game. And then on top of that, he also has hollow killer, and he's a speed unit, which honestly Ishin will clear faster than him. But I do think that this character has a lot of value because the team party healing, if you're running 4 Ichigos, you're healing 80% between waves, which could be really good for IT if you're able to survive. He does have the dodge hollow enemies, which could be relatively good, but you are going to get smacked by a lot if your character is not built with a bit of stamina. So you're going to need dupes into this character just straight up off rip if you're trying to auto that. If you're manualing though, I think that this character is going to be absolutely nasty, because he's going to be like, he's literally going to be slamming with what is it called? He's literally going to be proccing his status elements non-stop. So if you're manualing and you're trying to get the runs done as fast as possible, honestly, I think that this Ichigo is going to be at least a 1 of 4 or 2 of 4 in the party. You're going to want one of these Ichigos just to consistently cause status elements if you're not running like a full team of Max Transcended Byakuyas with some Jushiros and stuff like that. Aside from that, I do like this character. It is what it is. I don't think that he's bad. I just think that he could have been much, much better. Next, Rukia. Honestly, she was trash from the moment she came out. Literally waste. I mean, if you pull her, she's 125 orbs, and then after that, she's fodder. Rangaku, I actually like this character quite a little bit because she has a 3000 length beam, standard full screen third strong attack, frenzy, havoc 20%, berserker 20%, weakening on everything including her special, no affiliation killer, good for Senkaimon in particular, and I actually personally used to use her for no affiliation guild quest until I pulled Art Book Ichigo. Bruiser 20%, debilitator plus 5 seconds, freeze immunity. Overall, honestly, I really do like this character. Her design's cool. She has that little Sans eye thing going on. Yeah, her second strong attack is going to be the same strong attack as this new Ichigo's or Bankai Ikone's, so Vortex, pushback attack. Honestly, she's a really, really good character, just straight up. Machine Society Retsu, her first strong attack needed some time to grow on me. Personally, I actually like it now. Berserker 20%, Havoc 20%, Guard Break, Frenzy, Devastation 40%, Debilitator plus 5 seconds, Paralysis / Freeze on everything, Strong Attack Recharge minus 12%, Soul Reaper Killer, and on top of that, her first Strong Attack, no, I don't think she has any innate skills, they weren't giving that out back then. First Strong Attack is going to be a split 3 ways projectile attack, really good for epic raids or to use against bosses. You can get the full I think you can get a 22 to 24 hits. I don't know if you can get the full 24 on the epic raid boss. I think I usually get 22 whenever I use Power or Hime, 1000 Year Blood Roar version. Her second strong attack is the 960 AoE second, and her third strong attack is the full screen third strong attack. Her first strong attack honestly would be really dog water if it wasn't for the fact that she has Guard Break. The fact that she has Guard Break means that she's actually going to deal relatively good damage even if you don't get all 3 hits off on one enemy. Aside from that, I think that she's just overall excellent thanks to that 960 second and the standard full screen third. Overall, I do actually like Ichigo's individual banner. I think that this provides a lot of value for newer players because you do have a character, specifically for Senkaimon, a good mind Soul Reaper Killer, and then Ichigo. I don't think that he's busted, but I think that he's still pretty busted. Like for IT in particular, this character is going to be absolutely worth working on, and overall, like I said, he literally heals himself, so it's not like he's a bad value character. I wish that he got a little bit more. Like maybe Sprinter plus 2 would have been nice, but the dodge hollow damage, so that goes on no matter what. So if you're ever going against hollows, you have a 50% chance to dodge. I definitely want to see this character in actual action with full gear, full max link slots, just to see how a 1 of 5 performs, and I'd love to see how a max Transcendent performs. Honestly, this banner, the main banner, is really, really good. These characters are relatively new. They will most likely be available on the poll selection. I do not know if the Ichigo and Chad will be on the poll selection or available to vote, simply because the latest we've ever gotten poll selection was literally up until the cutoff point, which was mid-month September. After mid-month September, we literally got limited banners from Can For Your Own World, 1000 Year Blood Roar, or Burn the Witch. So we don't know when we're actually gonna, like, if these characters are gonna be available to be voted on for poll selection. But I mean, at the end of the day, I guess we'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys grind, I'll catch up with him. I'll say bless. Let me know who you guys plan to go in for, because I'm personally gonna be going for the Ichigo. I'm gonna do 5 steps on his the main banner, 5 steps on the individual. I do want Machine Society Retsus, but I don't want any Rangakus, bro. I don't want any Rangakus. She could go away. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Stay blessed, y'all. You have a great day, and I'll see y'all next one. Peace.